And we're live. What is this?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Show and Tell. It's me, Lady Ada. With me is Mr. Lady Ada, and we are here at the Adafruit factory. We've got this nice payphone. It's a lovely day out, and we're going to do a show and tell. So we're going to call on people, show off your project, let us know what you're making, hacking, 3D printing, Electron scanning.
Yep.
And they'll get out of here at 7:50.
Yep.
So let's kick it off with Noah and Pedro.
Hey, Pedro, what you got
Fruit.
What you got printing this week?
Hello, everybody. So we got a preview of next week's project. It's the Zero Thunderhelm from Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and I'm just showing off what you got printing this week. Hello, everybody.
Oh, if someone can mute your mic.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
It's not the complete one. I'll show that off next week when we release the project, but here's what it looks like when I'm prototyping all that. So I've got all of the gems that are going in place. I'm gonna do a nice little paint job on it, and it's gonna be a nice little wearable. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see out of it, but if you sort of angle it like that, you can kind of see like the bottom. And then Noah has a preview of the week after that.
I've been playing with the other mill and some acrylic, and I thought it'd be kind of an interesting test to see what Circuit Playground Express looks like on acrylic. This is what it looks like. And it's actually kind of a nice test for other plan to see how well it can, because it has native EagleCAD support. So I basically downloaded your board file and just threw it in other plan, and it rendered everything for me. So I didn't have to set up any Gerber files or anything like that, which was really cool.
Pretty.
That's neat. That's like the Star Trek Next Generation one.
Like, yeah. And
it gets one of these or something.
I did it with a 30-degree precise milling tool, and Lamar, what pitch is this? Like 0.05?
It's like 10 mil. So
that is really good.
Yeah, and you forgot to note that this is double-sided too.
It is double-sided,
the aligner for the other mill.
It's amazing. So yeah, the alignment tool.
For you?
It drilled the holes for me. Not all of them, of course, but I picked and choose the ones that I wanted, and it's pretty cool.
That looks pretty.
I think the next thing I want to do is make a kind of a really simple circuit and see if I could do like some silver powder inlay or something. Actually make a functional circuit. That might be interesting.
Yeah, you could probably like mush in some conductive paste or something and then seal it, or who knows. That'd be cool.
So we'll do some interesting projects with that.
Yeah, this always looks like the things that the Keanu Reeves characters pops into a machine and then downloads it to his head or something like that.
It's just beautiful. It's just artwork for me. It looks great.
All right.
Okay, cool.
This week.
Okay, next up, Andrew.
Andrew and friend.
Hey, Andrew. Hello, what you got going on this week?
Hey, folks.
I'm AJ. This is my dad, Andrew.
Hello, AJ and AJ's dad.
I called a while back and referred to my dad as AJ's friend. And I won the little.
Oh, cool! Yay!
All right, that's right. You won.
I
you won the
remember
magazine.
I signed that.
All right, what you got going on?
I have finished the rocket launcher that I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
So you're launching rockets from that.
Yeah. I have a little keypad, key switch, button. I have a manometer,
That's good.
switch inside here, and starts out by pressing the buttons.
Okay.
Start the siren. That and the switch that lights up the LED.
Yeah.
That you can press and rocket.
And then you get the fusion wire.
Yeah.
All right. How many rockets have you launched so far?
I launched one rocket 3 times on it.
Oh, cool. All right, good. You know it works.
Yeah.
All right. Well, excellent work there. It's a beautiful launcher.
Yeah.
You want to show them your other thing really fast?
Yeah.
Hopefully you can see that.
Yeah, it's a graph. 2 graphs.
This is the altitude of 2 of the flights.
Wow.
I made a little
Altimeter.
altimeter. I lost it after the third flight, so we don't have it. I won the outstanding award, which
Yay! Congrats.
Wow, congratulations.
And that was from 4-H. I was in 4-H when I was
That's so cool.
a kid.
exit in flight. This is the award that I got.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations! Yay! Well, the only thing it's missing is as seen on the show and tell sticker. So email support@adafruit.com and we'll send you out. Tell them you want 2 stickers, one for you and one for a future rocket. Put
on the rocket.
Yeah.
We don't have a rocketry sticker. We have a high altitude.
We have a high altitude balloon.
You can do a high altitude balloon next. That would be really cool. Still slower, but it goes way higher.
Yeah, we're planning on redoing that with a LoRa GPS to track it.
That's cool.
Monitor that we can see live.
See the rocket in flight in real time with the GPS and the LoRa.
Totally.
You can do the high altitude balloon and then try to hit it with the rocket.
Yeah, another thing,
That's
if you're
fun.
doing rocketry, you want to get the data back, check out our LoRa radios. They're really good for long range. And so you'll be able to without having to get like a real ham radio license, you can use these little modules, but they work really well and they're really small and low power. So I would recommend that for a good radio.
In the LoRa 900 feather wing.
Okay, great.
Okay. Oh, great. You're already on that.
try that and see. I mean, we got in the city, we got like 2 miles and that's like buildings and stuff. So I think, if you put an antenna on it and stick it in your rocket, then you'll be able to find your rocket so you won't lose it again.
That's cool. All right. Well, thank you, AJ and AJ's dad.
Okay, cool.
All right. Don't forget to email support@adafruit.com and ask for 2 as seen on the show and tell stickers. All right.
And come back.
All right. Next up, Jeffrey, and I think that's Hazel.
It's Hazel, right?
Hey, Hazel. How's it going? What's going on?
Okay, how's your project going?
It's good. Let me get this started.
Not aiming properly.
Oh, nice.
Making progress on my unicorn shirt.
Yes.
So I made this beautiful drawing of the unicorn.
Yes. Good.
So I'm gonna cut that out in, where's my shirt? In this shirt. So it has a little bit of glitter on it.
Uh-huh.
And it's shiny, so that's gonna be the unicorn face.
Yeah.
And then this is gonna be my unicorn hair.
Ooh, that's a nice fabric.
Yeah. And I also programmed a circuit playground.
Yeah. Oh, good. Blinking.
And then that, when you press one of the buttons.
Uh-huh. Okay, different patterns.
Yeah. And I think that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Hazel. And don't forget to email support@adafruit.com. You're racking up the stickers. You can collect them all, or the same one over and over.
I remember when I was a kid, I had those, white sneakers. I don't know if like you 80s kids had these white sneakers and you'd use puff paint and you'd
They make sneakers now that are specifically made to draw on. They're
for
just
for with puffy paint.
any paint.
But you know what I'm talking about, those little squeezy
Yeah,
bottles.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'd draw like little hearts and unicorns and stuff on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that's cool.
All right. Next, Steven. Hello, Steven. How you going?
Hey, Steven, how's your
Steven
unicorn
Tibbetts.
project going? Oh, Steven froze
Just
up.
Steven.
Steven.
Hey, there. Hey, Steven.
Tibbetts.
Oh,
Hi.
unicorn. It's
We have multiple Stevens.
Yeah.
what I have.
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't know if you had multiple Stevens. What I have here is a prototype of a spinner, fidget spinner, but it's got a it uses a Feather RF 52,
Woo.
and it unfortunately it's not, it doesn't come through on video very well, but it uses Cree LEDs, 16 Cree LEDs that are very bright. They're on like 10% right now, so what I'm interested in doing is sort of co-promoting this because it uses the feather. We could sell it as a kit, and it would drive sales of the NR52. And at the same time, we could need help a little bit accelerating our production to get into the two up-and-coming maker fairs. I'm in Tacoma, Washington, so I'd like to get in the Maker Faire Seattle in September. And I know that New York Maker Faire is coming up too. So I was wondering if we could collaborate on getting this thing accelerated a little bit.
When you say accelerated,
we do have.
You mean spinning it, or do you mean getting it made?
Because I can spin it pretty fast.
No, we have. This doesn't really show it off. I mean, it's literally a binary sequence, but I've got it's Bluetooth, so we're able to send text messages with your app to it and have that text display.
Oh, that's cool.
You caught me in the middle of a development cycle here, which has always happened.
Recompiling. This, I think, if you want to make a guide for this, that would be really cool. And then, probably Tindy or Osh Park, people can pick up the PCBs because, you don't have a lot of time to actually manufacture, but then people can DIY it themselves.
Okay.
That would be my fast. If you need September, if you want to get it out by September, that's kind of the best way.
Yeah, another option if you're looking for short run assembly.
Macrofab.
Yeah, Scott, who recently joined, or not recently, it's been a while now, joined Adafruit. There's a company that you can have it manufacture. We don't do contract manufacturing, so we're always trying to find who's the company that is maker friendly. Mm-hmm. So Scott used them for his drone stuff.
Okay, well we have contract manufacturers that for the board and the assembly.
Oh, cool.
What I need help and guidance on is really working with you guys on co-promoting it and also figuring out how to get the software development going in open source, kind of accelerating that.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you put a guide up, that would be a good way to do that.
Yeah,
because that gets people a lot of attention.
Yeah, drop us a note, and if you start putting the software up on GitHub and then start asking folks for the things that you need, that's usually one of the best ways to get a community going with stuff like this.
Okay.
Okay, rad. Well, excellent project. Email support@adafruit.com, and you can put a sticker on there, and you can spin it. You can spin the sticker. All right. Thank you so much, Stephen. Next, Matt. Hey, Matt. How's it going?
Good. So I added Bluetooth music streaming to my Pi Glass, but I was trying to install the MEMS microphone today, and I screwed that up, so I can't demo it.
That's cool. We'll just sing along.
And then the guide for the MEMS microphone doesn't work for the Pi Zero. I'll email support with what I found.
Oh no!
I found the cause.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, but it's interesting about those MEMS mic. They've actually updated it because now all the voice hats and stuff use it. So I think it's now built into the kernel somehow. But I haven't had a moment to check out. I think it's more you don't have to compile stuff anymore. But I don't know what you have to do. So.
All right.
Any hints?
So this is the old Pi Glass that now is a relic.
Mm-hmm.
I have the new one right here. It's a lot thinner. I used the parts you guys sent me. It's a lot thinner now. It works pretty well. I also modified my skull brain because you guys liked it so much.
Yes.
I'll show you that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice cyber skull. Good.
That's great.
That's correct.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm gonna email you guys about the microphones because I really want to add the voice commands to this project.
Totally. Yeah, please do. Actually, was gonna look at it in the next couple of days, so that will accelerate my memsing.
All right. And if you want a sticker, let us know when you email us too.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you. All right, next up is Drew. Hello, Drew. How's it going?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep. Hey.
Great. Hi. So yeah, I made an open source project called KeyBox, and it's a Raspberry Pi Zero, and it's got a PiTft 2.2 inch, and let's see if I can show it. So what it's designed to do is hold your passwords. So it can type them in for you, and you can have really long passwords. So let's say you have like a computer that's a file store, and you want to boot it up and type a really nice secure password so you don't have to worry about your hard disks. Yeah, you can do that. So it should maybe type in the chat. Let's see.
Oh, so you're using it like a USB gadget, but you have this.
Yeah. So Yeah, there it goes. I typed testing 1, 2, 3 in the chat.
You should change your password right away.
Oh, yeah, you can see my favorite password there, which is just Drew at the bottom there. But yeah, so it's using the composite stuff. So it acts as a keyboard, and it also acts as a network interface. So the other thing to get going is I want to hold all of my SSH keys on this, and then I can SSH push to GitHub, etc.
That's a good idea.
And all my stuff would be on here versus my Windows box or my Mac, etc. So it's up on GitHub. I just have a bare README on the repo, but I'm going to be pushing all the code up. And because this thing can act like USB devices, it's perfect.
That's so cool for people who have gaming devices. So like if you have an Xbox or a PlayStation, or I just got a Nintendo Switch, I think that accepts a keyboard, but you have to log in at least once. And I have these giant secure passwords, and I'm like, oh, and you have to tap it.
Okay, I'll tell you what, these password keepers, there should be a way to like, they should by default not allow you to pick passwords as O's or zeros or ones or L's, because like half the time it's like, is that an L, is it a 1?
Yeah.
And then sometimes there's 1 L and 1 1.
But there's a lot of IoT devices that there's a USB keyboard, and you want to have secure passwords, but you can't really type them in easily. So.
Wait till we can use emojis as passwords, then we're totally screwed.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much.
That's what this is.
This is cool. Email support@adafruit.com. We'll send you out a sticker, and then send us a link to the GitHub stuff, and we can post a link if you want more people to start taking a look at it and maybe doing stuff with it.
Yeah, this is neat.
Okay, good stuff. All right, next up, we're going to go to Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hey.
Happy summer.
Yeah, it's still summer. I'm going to apologize for my audio now. I had a Windows update, and now my headphones don't work. But I've been working in our college lab all summer, and I'm still here at night because I had extra hours, but also because I have cool stuff to show off. First thing being that I taught myself how to use the laser cutter last week.
Ooh, now you're dangerous.
And I messed up because I was trying to cut circle coasters and they became ovals.
Cheese plates.
Yeah, but then I got it right, and made coasters like this one.
Nice.
But other stuff that we have going on is we did this tool wall, which is brand new this summer, because it used to be cabinets, and then we ordered pegboard and a vinyl on Amazon and made it better so that it's easier for people to get tools instead of having to look into random drawers to try to find them.
All right. Well, I really like the blue. Is that like matching the school color?
Yeah, blue and yellow are school colors.
All right. Well, you did a good job, like keeping it on brand.
Yeah. Third thing that I have real quick is I'm gonna zoom the computer over here. This is one of our robot courses. This one's kind of broken right now, but we've been remaking 4 robot courses for robot challenges. And this one is like a 3D maze for autonomous robots. And we use Bobot kits right now, which will be changing soon. But this is basically what I've spent my whole summer doing instead of going outside.
Well,
it's worthy. It's too hot outside.
Going outside is fine, but this was also worth it. When you email us, we'll send you out a few stickers so you can have them on the back wall or whatever, show and tell or whatever.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks so much, Rebecca.
Absolutely.
Okay. Next up, we have a Matthew. Hey, Matthew. We had a Matt, then a Matthew. So this is Matthew.
Oh, that's why.
Hey, Matthew.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So this is going to be a little tricky because I'm going to be starting a program. Hopefully this will go okay. So my name is Matthew Ferber. I'm at the Museum of Natural Sciences in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is my maker lab, the Visual World Investigate lab. The last time I was on here, I was showing off a virtual reality headset that I had.
Yeah, that was great.
I remember that.
Yeah, with 3D printing and Arduino. Well, now I'm back because I've made a new version of the headset with a bunch of pretty big upgrades. This is it right here. And so I wanted to talk about some of the upgrades. One is that it now can do audio. I have speakers on either side that hover above the ears, so they don't actually touch the ears. It creates like a little envelope, a bubble of sound, makes it much more immersive. The other thing is that I changed out the sensor. I was using one of your old 9DOF gyroscopes, but now I'm using the BNO 055, which the absolute orientation sensor, which I'm very, very happy with. It has relieved a lot of my headaches. So that part of it works better. But then there's also one more even bigger upgrade. So let me start the program here so that you can actually see it in action. All this is done in processing, which I know is kind of odd, but
one of the cool things about processing is you can kind of use it for all this stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Should start.
The requested resolution is not supported by this selected capture device. I think because you're doing so much screen capture stuff, I think it's freaking out on the.
Yeah, I think so too.
The cam object.
Just comment that
Only because I've lived this before. I think I know. Looks like you got it. Maybe.
There we go.
There you go. You got it. Yay.
Okay, so now I just have to do one more thing. I have to calibrate one of the cameras here. Please stand by. This will be real quick.
This is like what happens before I go live on our shows. I just one more camera, one more configuration.
All right. All right, that should be good there. Get that down there. Get that down. Okay.
This is so intense.
Yeah. This is high risk, high reward live demo.
It is. It really is. Okay, so let's see if it's gonna work here.
Oh, neat. You're on Mars, right?
Yeah. So here I am on Mars, and so here's the curiosity. So yeah, I can look all around Mars. I can look up. I can look down. I can look all around. That's not anything too unique. All virtual reality headsets do this, of course. However, one thing that in VR programs, if you want to move around, you generally have some kind of controllers. Now, I have made a controller right here with 3D printing and LEDs, and that works fine. I can use it to interact with 3D objects in a program. But what I can also do if I want to move around, I don't use the controller to move around. I can just get up, and I can walk around naturally. Because the VR headset is tracking me from a camera in the ceiling.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, the pink ball is a tracker ball.
Yeah, that's
Neat.
smart. So then you're just doing the math and it's moving you around. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I have two cameras. Only one of them is on right now. I have a ceiling camera, which is tracking my X and Z position, and then in the program. And then I also have a side camera, which is tracking my Y position. I don't have that on right now, but if I did, I'd be able to crouch down, and track the elevation. So at this, I can walk around the 3D world. It's actually generally a lot smoother than what you're seeing right now. I'm using one of NASA's official 3D models, so it's incredibly intensive for little processing, but it's doing pretty well, I think. And so I'm developing a bunch of programs for this that the public will be able to use in my lab on a daily basis. And my goal is to make to have a different one every day, at least 7, one for each day of the week. So every time you come in, especially if it's your first time, you'll be able to see that you can keep coming back to either visit Mars or go down to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Or anything, really.
This is great.
Neat.
Well, congrats, Matt. This is like, I know what went into just getting this on live video, so congratulations on that.
I was like, wait, I remember you showed the VR helmet like 2 or 3 years ago, so it's kind of neat to see like an update.
Yeah, this is cool.
Thanks.
All
right. I see that most people don't make these anymore. It was pretty popular there for a while.
Yeah, I made a Second Life rig, and I took apart a mouse and I glued that inside of something, and that's how I moved. I was inside of Second Life, during New Year's Eve, and it moves around a lot and you get sick, but it was a lot of fun. You can find weirdo photos of that online.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What I've done, which is kind of unusual, is you probably noticed the cable here is going up. I made I have some PVC poles that are keeping it up towards the ceiling, keeping slight tension on it, so it's the cables stay out of your way. I can make it wireless, but I figured I don't know if I want to deal with those headaches yet.
Yeah.
It's much more reliable this way, and the cables aren't dragging behind you, not getting tangled up in them.
Yeah, for our video setups, I have this like umbilical cord of cables, and I'm like, I can go wireless from this, but like that's 8 other things to fix when it doesn't.
Sure.
All right.
So I'm really happy with the VNO sensor. I highly recommend it.
All right, good work, Matthew. Email support@adafruit.com. Send any links to anything you have, and then we'll send you out a sticker for that spiffy headset.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Yay.
All right, Adam, what you scanning this week?
Still not scanning this week because the high voltage supply, as I kind of talked about last time, 2 weeks ago when I was on show and tell, it was actually dying the entire time during show and tell. And I was basically just giving it more and more current to account, because the capacitors were going into breakdown, so I was just giving it more and more current to account for the breakdown, but the current meter wasn't moving. So I was just about at the end of the range at the end of the last show and tell before it was over and I was able to shut the microscope down. So I ordered new parts for that. It's a Kharkov-Walton bridge multiplier, so it takes a relatively high AC voltage and turns it into a really high DC voltage. And to do that, you need capacitors and diodes. The diodes just came in a couple minutes or about an hour ago, and the capacitors will be here tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'll share screens real quick. Let's see here. Those capacitors are all going to be going into this tank right here. This is my high voltage tank. When you deal with about 30,000 volts, it's way easier to insulate things with oil than it is to do air insulation, because you don't have to worry about coronal discharge or just general arcing. So I have the oil tank, and inside the oil tank is the bridge multiplier. So you can see at the old capacitors are these oil film ones, and then these big old diodes, and those are all going to be replaced. And it's a hard one to replace because it's built in such a 3D manner, but it shouldn't be too bad. The other big thing I did this week was go to Intel, or the past 2 weeks actually. The Intel site close to my house closed down a while ago. This was one of their server R&D sites, but they just auctioned off everything in the building.
Wow.
So I bought a room of desks. They're really nice desks. They're electronics workstations, so adjustable shelves, really nice tabletops, drawers, and then 50 feet of Electrotech discharge matting for a really crazy good price. Getting them out of there was a challenge. We had to stack everything up in these pallets, and the elevator had a handrail at the bottom here. The elevator is just 8 feet long, so we had to lift everything up just to barely clear the handrail. So there's like 6 pallets downstairs and a truck full of parts, and now I'm going to have really, really nice workstations in here, which I'm excited for.
Thousands of 286 processors were made.
Yeah, so this site didn't do really much silicon work, and which I'll get to in a second, but this was Intel's server R&D site, so they designed server motherboards, and when they first opened this site, they actually had a full pick-and-place factory out back. But it wasn't economical to run that line, so they shut those lines down except for one prototyping line. And then I've just been kind of moving all the operations back down to Oregon. And so then this building sat empty for a couple of years. They auctioned up everything instead, and I bought cool stuff. And it was really fun just to get to walk around the building. Like, this is the power distribution room, so just massive amounts of power, massive amounts of money went into this building. But the other cool thing I got, and I'll have to show this part on camera because it's just so, so neat, is if you're going to go to Intel, you better come back with some silicon.
Yep.
So the last day I was there, I was on one of the floors that wasn't finished in the building, looking through literally a pile of trash, and got some silicon wafers. So as far as I can tell, these are just testing the process of it.
Yeah.
I don't think these are actually a processor. Normally you wouldn't find kind of this weird alternating pattern, but they should still look really cool under the electron microscope. So hopefully I'll have that back online for next week and be able to show you guys some stuff under the microscope.
Okay.
Nice.
Rad. Get a sticker if you want. Email us. Also, as we're talking to chip companies, when they want us to use something, we're asking for wafers and decapped chips so we can look at it first and then send it to you.
Okay, yeah, maybe do a hangout or something with that. That'd be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Steven. And we'll be doing Ask an Engineer in 1 minute. Thank you, everyone, for making show and tell our favorite half an hour.
This was like super exciting.
Yeah, this is
Lots of new stuff this
everything's
week.
going on.
Okay.
So we'll see everyone in just a few minutes. Bye-bye.
Bye.